Whoop, whoop, whoop. Welcome to Mundo Madness Monday. It is a fine, lucky, good Monday tonight. I'm home early, and that is why I am doing early today a good show. And Mundo Madness Monday to you guys. Now, tonight, I'm gonna do something a little special, man. Because for those of you who don't know yet, I had Rich Sangillo, man, come in here and send me a new chassis system for the memory saver, and I am super freaking excited, man. And it's a three-part system, okay? It is a three-part system. So of course we got the emitter part right here, right? So this heads in right here, right? So you stick it in there and then you put that together right there, right? So that is part one. And of course, you know, when Rich did this, man, I just can't thank him enough because I was trying to figure a way to better the memory system, the memory saver that I had in terms of wiring it up with less wires. And he actually provided that for me. And I am so enamored that he did this for me because not only will my friend live again, I can't wait to get it done and show everybody, um, the progress that I made. And right now I'm in the middle of painting it and just kind of doing some initial, uh, you know, checking the wire length and so forth right now. So I'm not doing too much on it, and I spent a little time painting it. And so as we go along tonight, I'm gonna be doing some more painting on it, right? And so let me grab my drink. It's a wouldn't be Mundo Madness Monday without a drink, right, guys? So let's see here. Let's see I'm like I said, I got my little painting tray right here. Of course, you see I started using it, right? And I've got my paint brushes right here. And let me tell you, I have thought about going for the bronze medal look. Hey Zep, how you doing, man? Welcome. Cheers, buddy. Um, so I've thought about but the way I wanted to portray the chassis system, right? In the colors that I've chosen in painting it, I want to go for that brass metal, or excuse me, bronze metal, right? I want to look for the bronze metal and silver look, but aged scratched, right? Aged and scratched. I don't want it right now in the stage that I've got it in. It looks like it's painted, but eventually I want to get it to the point where it doesn't look so painted, right? I want to look like somebody got a hold of a piece of metal and just took a the scratch pad to it and just really scratched the hell out of it. And that's what I'm kind of going in for. So hopefully the paints will do justice to it once I get done with it, and I'm going to work on it as we're talking tonight. So I want to also know about what you guys are painting. How are you painting? What paints are you using in your chassis? Are you Cinzy? What up, brother? Cheers, buddy. So Cindy got a little preview of the chassis that Rich sent me, and I tell you, man, super excited to show everybody because I mean I'm gonna do this. I think I'm gonna work on it a little bit by little bit, step by step. Every Monday. Now I may do a little something in between the Mondays and everything like that because I might get a little impatient and want to wire it up and play with it. you know, I want to play with it. And of course, I've got Yoda to back me up, right? And Yoda's my inspiration right now.
May the force be with you. No,
Yep.
try not. Do or do not. Please don't try.
Yeah. See, do or do not. There is no try. So I've got to do this. I've got to do this, and I'm super excited, man. I am super excited. Oh, thank you, Cindy. Yeah, I am super excited to get it going. And I'll tell you. So let me show you the paints that I'm using right now, guys. Right, this is the metallic, folk fert metallic bronze metal paint. Right, I went in and I just picked this up over there at Walmart. Come on, you know. So Zip says I saw there's a new very thin blade sabers that you guys know available at the shop. Tell us about those. Um, A thin blade? I'd have to really look, Zep. It's been a while since I've really looked at the thin blades because if you're referring to like the 7/8, buddy, the 7/8 blades is a much smaller blade, and I know that Ant he is really doing those they're real skinny strips from Adafruit, and I forgot don't don't burden me for this, dude. But I know that the skinny strips, I forgot what the numbers are. They're lower than the 35/35s, I think, if that's what they are. But I forgot what the actual number for the skinny strips are, and they're getting skinnier and skinnier, man. But brighter and brighter as well. But yeah, man. Ant's doing a lot of great things, and of course. Um, Really coming up with some really good stuff for the blades and the quad stars, and by the time you know it he's gonna have an octa star and a hexagonal star if he can fit it in there. He may do that, right? So but I have to say though also Zep, that without Ant, Mundo Madness Monday wouldn't be happening, dude, because him and uh he's the one that initially got started with civilized sabers and saber talk, and I am proud to carry that saber talk on, for people who want to come on and talk sabers and talk about different aspects of the saber building parts of it and everything else like that, right? So I'm super stoked. So also with some of the parts of the chassis, let's go back to that, okay? So going back towards the chassis and the paints that I'm using as well. Of course, I'm using an acrylic matte black, sort of speak, right here, right? So that's let's see, what did I put? Okay, let me put them over here on this side. Then I'm also using a silver, right? A silver paint, metallic silver paint. Hopefully, when I get done with these, they won't look so much painted, but a little bit more like the metal parts. Now, I haven't used this just yet, and I need to try, but I also have antique gold. So I may try my hand at the antique gold and see if that kind of brings in a little bit with the bronze, and maybe some little accents on there with the antique gold, and see how that comes out. But for right now, I'm gonna play it safe. I'm not gonna use it just yet, and I will a little bit later on if I feel that some of these accents need to be a little bit more different, so to speak. Because right now I'm still in the process of sanding down, and I've got an initial coat of on the chassis part. And let me show you. Right now, this is the chassis part that has the battery, the speaker, right? So here is just the initial start of the paint, if you guys can see that. And like I said, I'm looking for the bronze metal look, right? And I wanted to make it look like it was scratched up, weathered out, not, it was just left out in there. And then, of course, you see here, I have the silver lining on where the battery's going to go, right? So that is the silver that goes in there. And again, I want it to make as weathered look as possible and not be like super shiny, but as let somebody came in and scratched the hell out of all of this metal just to make it look ugly as hell. Because I mean, in the Star Wars world, everything's dirty, right? But I want this to be like somebody took that metal and just banged the hell out of something with it, or even just kept rubbing it on something, just abusing it, right? And that's the look that I'm actually going for. Is just the abusing part of it. So hopefully that it'll when I get done with it, it'll the paint will do justice to the chassis. So again, like right here is the part where the speaker goes, right? And I've got the speaker right here, an elite speaker from Albert. And ah man, I tell you, Albert's speakers are just phenomenal too. So heads up and thank you to Smugglers for having such a great product of speakers, man. So I'm can't wait to wire those up and get them in there in that chassis and set that in there, man. So let me show you here. So here's the back part, right? Got the pommel here and the pommel piece there. And what I did was initially I had a 26 650 in here, right? And when Rich asked me about, the chassis, now I told him, well, I was thinking about changing it to a 21 700. He says, "Yeah, okay." And he says, "I can make it for either Profi or I can do it for CFX." And initially, I had Albert's one set in for CFX, and he says, "Well, what about a Golden Harvest?" I said, "You know what? Yeah, let me try a Golden Harvest and let's see what it'll do." So, we ended up on. I agreed on the Golden Harvest board to. To try out since I have the Golden Harvest board already, and I really didn't want to wait that much time for wiring it up, right? And so what's going to take me the longest right now is to do all the initial painting and everything like that. And like I said, right now I'm just doing like long wires right now, so I can kind of test things out to where they're going, see how much wire I'm actually going to need. And what I ended up doing last night was actually kind of wiring up, the little target piece that goes in one of the pieces of the chassis, which is this piece right here, which goes, and if um, this piece actually goes right here into the middle part, right? So this is going to end up going in here. So the notches right here will line up with the holes. And that right there, like that, right? So the notches go over the hole, and the hole in the notch right here, I can be able to place my uh, where is it? Um, the recharge port, right? So the recharge port will go back in here, and this once I put the recharge port back in here, this notch right here will not interfere with the recharge port because of the way Rich designed it, man. I mean, just ingenious the way he had, that set up. So the way the chassis works is like I said, it's in three pieces, right? And let me see. I'm gonna take this wire out right now. Yeah, I mean, and it's so great, so great. So this piece, right, will end up back going down in here, right? I'm just gonna do it just kind of slightly because I'm not putting everything together, but I'm just kind of show you guys reasoning on stuff like this, right? And so now I'll have to come in here and the way I need to kind of adjust it. Let me hold on here. I think there we go. The two pieces will come and kind of show up in there, right? So these two pieces kind of come a little bit together, but not quite, right? And let me see. So in actuality, I know I'm gonna have those hang down for right now, but these two pieces come together into this mid piece like this. Then this piece will come and cover all of that, right? Then you got this piece that goes down in here and gets that covered up, and then of course you have the um the emitter part that goes in here and in here, right? So it all goes like that. So in three pieces, it goes in three pieces. And I tell you, I'm like super excited to get to actually get wiring on this thing. But I wanna basically make sure that I paint it all up and everything first. So once I get that done, and I'm gonna have to probably rewire the recharge port and the rice port because I put both the rice port and the recharge port in there. Now, I think that um, for the most part, for the most part, the painting part of it, my first coat didn't come out too bad. I mean, it looks good, but I think it could be so much better, right? And I can't wait to get a hold of the speaker and get the speaker wires in here because I actually got and cut the speaker wires already so that uh right here. So let's go ahead and do this since we know that the speaker is going to go right there, right? Everybody sees that the speaker is going to end up right here. So we'll cover that up and then we'll just kind of point out the line right here because if I keep it long and then once I'm ready to wire to the board, I can cut it short so that make sure. Does the paint quality matter? Well, Zip, paint quality matters if you know, for me, I'm doing it for myself. So really on and honestly, it does not matter to me, right? I want to do a good job for myself, right? And to some, yeah, it does matter. It really does. Um, and for me to do justice to my friend was never too fancy. And so I'm not sure if you're Zep, I'm not sure if you're aware that this memory saber is because when I took the challenge on to do the saber, um, my best friend passed away from brain cancer. And in order for me to honor his memory, who he really was, I decided to do the saber because he was a very colorful person, right? Hey Titan, how you doing? Jim, I'm glad you're here, buddy. Cheers, guys. Cheers. Now going back to like I said, my best friend passed away from brain cancer, right? And in order for me to honor his memory, I put his voice on there. And his every time he called me or I called him, he would answer, "Hey, ¿qué pasa, mama?" Right? And and I did not want to lose that memory. I did not want to lose his voice. And yes, I have pictures, but I didn't want to lose his voice. And every time I hear his voice, there's always a memory behind it. So it was such a good way to honor my friend's family, but in and honor him at the same time, right? I My best friend will never die. My best friend will always be with me, no matter what. And I know that his kids, see this, they've heard it, they've seen it. I've sent them videos on it. and they appreciate everything that I've done too. So, and especially his parents. So, um, you know, like I said, this is just another aspect to get the memory saber going again, and I can't thank Rich Sangillo enough for this, man, because I am like super stoked. But yeah, man. So getting back, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna take this wire out because right now, like I said, nothing is permanent in here right now because I want to get the painting part of it all finished up before I really, really get it going. Oh man, let me see if I can pop it out here because I put that in there. I didn't glue it down or anything, so you know. Do uh do Profi then because his voice can vary menu function? No, no, buddy. See, um, do Profi then because his voice can be very menu function. Really? A menu function? Well, I might do that, Jim. I might because since I already have his voice on here, I can do his voice on multiple things. So, I've got another build that I'm doing, and I think I have a Profi 1.5, I believe it is, that Ant sent me, right? And yeah, it's an older one, but at least I can, work on that and see how that comes about, right? And yeah, man, that is such a great idea, right, Titan? I agree. Garrett, how you doing, my friend? Hey, what's the upgrade? Well, it is my memory saber chassis, okay? If you have seen anything on Civilized Sabers and I do Mundo Madness Monday, I've done you'd be able to see my saber who's I named Roy Boy. Roy Boy, my best friend Roy, who had passed away from brain cancer, since you're new here, buddy. And I honored his memory by doing a memory saber, lightsaber install with his voice on it. And the board that I had kind of burnt out. I burnt it and I messed it up, right? So uh, I also wanted to do a new system in there because the wires were so many wires in there. I wanted something with a little bit. Thank you, buddy. I wanted something with less wiring to touch the metal, and I. So let me show you. Okay, so this is the 26650 battery that I had in there with the speaker, right? And I think I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna take this speaker out too. I'm gonna undo this crap and use the battery for something else. But the the wiring in there was so much that hey man, you're here. I'm surprised what ain't past your bedtime just yet. It's almost there though, right? It's almost there. If you hadn't watched Megtooth, you guys, he came on a little bit earlier. Great video though. Great video, man. And we should get you to do some more rants too, man. We need to all do more rants, dude, so that we honor Heshi, right? We need to honor Harrison. So do some ranting for Harrison's sake. I know he's probably playing with them all them sabers up there, man. He's probably got every saber in the world at his hands up there. So yeah, Garrett, I tell you, man. So it's my buddy Rich Sangillo, man, did a phenomenal job, and he printed me a new chassis system for my memory saber. So it entails less wiring inside the saber itself. So let me go ahead and I'm going to show you. Um, since you no, you haven't looked at probably any of the civilized saber stuff, right? So there it is. So I'm going to kind of sort of put it together, right? So you could just see the body of the memory saber here. And that way you kind of get an idea of what's kind of happening with the saber itself and what it potentially looks like, okay? And mind you that I do not have the box one on it, and I have the box one here somewhere. Let's see, from TCSS, right? Now I have a low profile. I have a low profile, but I chose the bigger one when I first started this journey, and I have the low profile, so I could do the low profile on it this time. But we'll see what happens, right? I may keep the big box one and I may put the low profile on it. I'm not sure yet, but I'll show you how I actually had it. And I'm gonna put it just together kind of quickly so you can kind of look at what the memory saber looked like. Are you guys going to have 32-inch blades coming out soon onto the store? They, I believe Anthony does. If you, what you'd have to do is email him and make sure that you give him exactly the length of blade that you want, and I'm sure that they can cut the blade to the size of blade that you need. Okay, they do a lot of 36. I think they do some 34s and in between. But yeah, man, uh, I'm sure they can accommodate any length that you have, right? Okay, so here is what the lightsaber looks like, right? Now picture that the bigger hole right here has the recharge port, and the smaller hole right here has the rice port, right? Yeah, man, I tell you, Anthony and his team do really good, man. Lumi, hey, yeah, man. Anthony and his team, like, really super badass stuff, man. Um, so here's what the saber is looking like, right? Harris yelling. Yeah, he is. He is, Meg. And so when this gets all together, like I said, and I do not believe I probably left. Oh, here we go. So if you can picture this, I made my own clamp card, right? And I've got the LEDs like this, right? The I've got the LEDs right there. So if you can see, uh, let me pull this off. I'm gonna pull this off, and I'm gonna put the saber down, and then if you're gonna picture, I'm gonna put. Let's see if I can just kind of do this real quick and just kind of give you an idea of what my personal preference, my idea for the build is the way it's going. And if I can get all of these little wires in there. Okay. And it's going. It's being a pain in the butt, but it's going. All right. So you have the LEDs right here, and that goes in there. And then all of that will go in there and then get lit up, right? So that will be kind of how many fonts do you have on your Profi? Like I said, I don't have a Profi right now, but I tell you, there people put so many fonts on there. I am like kind of torn between that, and these turn out good because I make my own clamp cards. So if you guys decide you want something like this, let me hit me up and I can make some. Hey, no worries, dude. There ain't no don't Garrett, dude. Don't even worry about it, man. Um, the, like I said, it's a personal preference on how many do you want to put on there. Okay, let's get this thing that there is no such thing as a oh Titan. Thanks, dude. Appreciate it, man. Uh, Garrett, there is no such thing as a stupid question around here, dude. I mean, it's all love for the hobby. It's all love for all the builds, and personal preferences. I tell you right now, there's gonna be some people that don't like what you're doing. You need to love what you're doing, okay? Don't worry about what anybody else thinks because If you love it, if you like it, that's what matters. All right. People are going to tell you this, oh, I don't like that, or I don't like this. Hey, it's not theirs. It's not theirs. It's yours. Now, some people might tell you, hey, there's some questionable companies out there. Okay, do your homework and get some information on what good companies are, what bad companies are, so you can make a informed choice of where you want to buy from, what you want to do. Because I tell you, there's some companies out there that pay a lot of money, but they're shady, right? They pay a lot of money so that they can get all of this their products out there, and they're cheaper and this and that. But in the end, I tell you, what they actually stand for is it's not good what they actually put their employees through, how they're doing business, and everything else. So do a little bit of homework, and uh, make sure that you do what you like, dude. Uh, like I said, there's a lot of information on there that help you, and believe me, you know, yeah, Facebook, I don't trust buying sabers or the DX sabers. Yeah, I tell you, like I said, and I'll tell you, there's some good videos that Lando from Lando Sabers that he did. He gives you all of the good companies to go to and all of the bad companies to stay away from. He did a lot of homework. Now he's not doing many. I don't think he's doing videos right now, but you can still look up Lando Sabers, and I guarantee you, you will. You when you watch him, you'll understand why. And also, you can go to Nerf Herder, and Nerf Herder has some really good videos on stuff like that as well. And Nerf Herder has really good videos on doing some uh fonts and all kinds of stuff as well. So you can learn from a lot of people, man. Uh and get that information out there and learn from those like I have. I mean, I'm not one to read a whole lot of stuff, but I do learn from watching people, and it's taken me a long time to learn things, but because I'm dyslexic, I see things backwards sometimes. So it's a little hard for me. Even reading stuff here, I have to kind of slow my brain down and get that so that it doesn't happen. But again, as I said, there's a lot of information in there to learn from. And yeah, the amount of fonts, I agree with Jim or Z, right? That 15, 12. Keep a short amount of fonts. Since it says you have as many fonts as will fit on the SD card, it's the blade styles that will eat up the. So I can't wait for Christmas. I think I'm getting two Golden Harvest and a Golden Harvest and a Prophet. Hype, hype, hype. Force says awaken again. Yeah, as a matter of fact, Garrett, I have a Golden Harvest that I'm gonna put in this saber. I am gonna order another Golden Harvest. I think I am gonna order a Prophet 2.2. Also gonna order a CFX if I can. We'll see what happens, right? But I've got some stuff up here that I need to get working on and kind of get all those working, and eventually I will. But I really want to get the memory saber working again, and that's to me that's priority right now because I had it working and I want to get it working again. So again, let me just reiterate. So this right here, where the so right here is the back end of the chassis part, right? And so if you want to, woo, man, I'm about ready to sneeze, guys. Hold on here. Excuse me, guys. So if you see, this fits right in here, just like that. Well, it fits a little bit further back, but if you can see, that's where this part is going to be right here. And then coming over here, this piece is going to fit Oop, oop, let me come down here. So this piece right here is going to fit down in here, right? Then you have this piece right here, and it's in three parts. Well, I'm replacing the one I broke because then the screw got stuck in the core and my saber malfunctioned, and now it's been uh, training as a Jedi without a saber. Hey, Jedi train without sabers, buddy. No way. Hey, chat, welcome, welcome, dude. And then this piece, will come in here, right? Excuse me. Damn. My goodness. My allergies are going nuts right now. So, okay. So let me get working. So while I'm talking to you guys, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm going to start kind of doing a little bit more. I'm gonna do another coat right here and see how that comes out. And I believe this is the bronze. See, this is the bronze metal right here, right? So I'm going to put another coat on here as we're talking. And I'm going to shake it up a little bit. Shake it up, shake it up. I tell you. Now my goal, I mean, it's not really to get it like super shiny. I don't want it super shiny. As I was explaining earlier, I want it get to the point where it is like super scratchy, right? It's got to be like scratchy, like somebody took the hell out of it, scratched the hell out of it with a scratch pad, right? Somehow I got mind powers using my inner mind to use a lightsaber. I never stopped training when it comes to Star Wars. I'm a child all over again. I'm a Toys R Us kid too, Garrett. I'm a Toys R Us kid too. Ain't nothing wrong with that, buddy. Ain't nothing wrong with that. And if anybody tells you there's something wrong with it, ain't nothing wrong with it, dude. Nothing wrong with it at all. Dee 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 dee. And let me see where. Oh, forgive me, guys. Hold on 1 second. I'm gonna be out, but I can still talk to you because I've got these earpieces in. So I need to clean the tips real quick of the paint brushes so that I can get every last bit of goodie from these paints, right? And so I'm gonna go ahead and clean the tip of the brush. Mundo, we're doing a live build section. Yeah, so to speak, man. Right now, I'm gonna work on painting. Right, I'm working on painting the chassis. So in case, Chet, you didn't know, Rich Sangillo, man. Hey, Rich. Yes, yes, man, dude. I'm loving it, bro. I am loving it. So I'm gonna be working on painting it right now a little bit. So I'm gonna do the second coat right now on the chassis. So uh yeah, dude. I'm gonna see how that's gonna excuse me, guys. Yeah. All right, let me see here. So we're gonna work on this part right here, and I'm gonna work on the second part while we're talking, right? And let's see here. So I'm going to try to right now you're still able to see some of that blackness, right? Even though I sanded it down kind of good, but you can still see some of the black in there. So I want to get that good coat where it'll make it really nice, but then I'm going to scratch it up a little bit because I want it to make it look like the brass was really scratched the hell out of. Excuse me. I gotta swing by my buddy's place on my way home from work and fix his PC, but I'll keep you on the car as long as I can. I'm not back later. You'll have a great week. Have a great week, Cincy. No worries, bro. No worries, buddy. Go do what you gotta do, man. You know how it is. You know how it is. Okay, so right now, everybody, you can see I'm gonna be painting while I'm talking to you guys. So I'll show you. as the time goes by, man, I'll show you, progress on it in here and there, right? And but man, Rich, as I was telling everybody, dude, I can't thank you enough for this. I still need to send you that money too, real soon, man. Um, but dude, I'm just like in awe with it right now, dude. And painting it has been so fun. I mean, it just things go away, dude. Excuse me, guys. Oh man. And let's see. Back to painting. Yep, back to painting. I painted for like 3 hours yesterday, man. I got home from the ranch from helping my mom at the ranch. We went and fed the cows and checked on the ranch and make sure fences were all good and everything. And when I got back, did a few things here and there, and I was just like, "What?" And I started working on painting the chassis, and by the time I knew it, 3 hours went by. Yeah, 3 hours went by easy. I was like, "Holy crap! Holy crap!" I couldn't believe it, right? And that was just the initial first coat. The initial first coat. And I'm like, "What?" But I'm trying to get it and you'll see like all the little imperfections in it, right? And that's what I'm going for. I want all of those little imperfections in there because and I want all of the little scratches. My friend was never one to be like proper, prim proper and everything like that. He was so durable in a lot of things. I mean, he there was nothing that he didn't want to try. If there was something that he wanted to, yeah, he'd do it. Just says, by the way, Mundo, for some reason, I couldn't see your chat messages on Meg2 live streamers. That's weird. Well, I mean, I definitely was on there, man, because I got home from work early, so I was able to be on in there and really kind of uh chat and message a lot in there today. So normally I'm at work, so normally I'd only be able to kind of respond very few times when I'm at work. I got too many people watching me, so yeah, it is what it is. But Garrett says I'll be back soon, or maybe if not, by the force, may the force be with you. Merry Christmas, everyone. Nice chatting with you. Hey, Garrett, I have a Merry Christmas too, dude. And no worries, come anytime, every Monday, dude. If I'm able to do it on every Monday, come by, dude. Come by. Usually it's a lot later at 9:45. Okay? But yeah, man, thank you. I very much appreciate you coming by, dude. Okay, so I mean, I can see the imperfections and everything, but if you can guys, if you see like it kind of getting better and better, let me know, man, because right now I can't. Usually when I'm doing this, I'm wearing my old man shit right here. I'm like literally going in here and really getting in there, right? And for right now, I'm not using these because I'm talking to you guys. So I wore that thing, like I said, for 3 hours of getting in there and really getting that first initial coat in there. And I'm hoping that once I get done, it will really look, like the bronze is all scratched up and weathered, so to speak. Not quite, but just enough. Excuse me, guys. My goodness gracious. Eee. So I mean, it's looking a little bit shinier, right? I don't want to make it look too shiny, but just enough. Just enough where you're not seeing the black go through it. And I shouldn't have done that. My goodness. I touched it while it was wet. I'm gonna have a bronze thumb now. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. So, have you guys? Let's see. Jim says, as long as 1 inch blade holder and standard UPS connector, you'll be fine. Oh yeah. So I got this all wired up. I'm ready to go with this thing. And this. So let me put this down real quick so I can show you where this thing is headed. Excuse me, man. I tell you, last week I didn't even want to do this because I'm doing this right now. But getting the get in there. What are you doing? So is gonna go in there. Get in there. Get in there. I tell you, it's crazy. It's gonna have a life of its own when it's done. And my friend, I tell you, he's probably doing this to mess with me too. So let me just shove it in there. Get in there. All right, all right, all right, all right. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. And so I still have to sand it down too, right? Pay no attention to the wire sticking up because that'll go down in there. But anyway, I still need to sand it so that the target part will fit in there. But you get the general idea, right, guys? So when I get it really all set and done, that will sit in there real nicely. Yes. Yep. That goes to the bottom of the emitter part. Oh, the bottom part. Okay. So it goes back to the bottom part. Huh. Okay. Well, thanks for that, Rich. I'm glad you told me that. It goes to the bottom of the emitter part. Huh. No, actually, tests have shown the 18650's 10 amp or 15 amp roughly about the same runtime, only a few minutes difference. Really? Yeah, so the 17 what is it? Oh, Lumi, you're welcome, dude. Yeah. It will sit flush in the choke. Yeah. So it goes, wait a minute. Hold on, Rich. Bottom of the emitter part? It will sit flush. So this piece right here, it goes on the bottom. Oh, I see. Okay. So it's gonna look like that right there. I mean, pay no mind to the wires right here, but it's gonna sit in there like that. It'll sit in there like that. Makes sense. I think Mundo has some weird mess going on with YouTube. He actually has two streams up, one with 0 viewers and one. I do have two. Hold on, Meg, just a minute here, guys. Just a second. Hold. Okay, so yeah, Meg, I do have two streams going, because I piggyback off the Mundo channel. So I do both the channel for Civilized Sabers and the Mundo channel. Unfortunately, I haven't really had any traffic go through the Mundo channel, which I would love to do, right? I'm hope people would go through the Mundo channel so that I can get the same amount of views as I do here. So that's why I kind of do both two streams. My channel runs the same stream as I'm doing this one at the same time. Let's see here. So let's see. Quad Star will need more FETs powering main blade. Maybe. I don't know how he's doing it, man, but I mean, he's got it working out really good though. He's doing really well with it. The Quad Stars though. And then I guess the Profi can really handle it though, because a lot of the Profi stuff is what's really going on with a lot of that stuff, right? Let me see here. Here's what I'm kind of going back and forth with. So let's see here. Oh my goodness, let's see. Feds were because I have not had any issues. Hmm. Yeah, no issues with the feds, but I mean, the feds are the ones that handle the main power points, right? I mean, they handle the majority of the power going through the board itself. I believe that's what it is, right? And I know that let's see. But mostly, well, there's only two fets on Profis and let me see. I don't think how many. I should check, but I didn't even pay attention to how many fets are on actually the CFX. But well, always an issue with Jingo. Jingo fet, damn it. Django. Damn you, Django! And over here, Yoda's going, May the force be with you. Profis have six fets. Ah, that's why they're so versatile, huh? And two on CFX and Profi. Hmm. Huh. See, you learn something every day, guys. Tell you. And we got the Profi Masters on here. Three top and three bottom. Like I said, we got the Profi Masters in the house. Can't argue with that, man. And I'm still learning from these guys, even though I mean, I have a lot to learn about Profi and other boards because I really don't know even half of what everybody knows. Oh my goodness, my daughter's over here screaming. I tell you, disregard anything you hear because kids, you gotta love them. Oh my god. Sorry about that, guys. All right. Well, hey, look, it's looking a little bit better. Not bad. Not bad. It's getting there. It's there. It's getting there. Starting to look like bronze a little bit more. I'm not seeing as much black in there as now, but you know, it's looking a little bit more like the scratched up bronze. Kind of even shiny in the light a little bit. Look at that. So it's getting there, guys. It's getting there. So if you see right here, I gotta get this part in now. Do my initial base coat right here on this part. So we'll go for that right now. Let's see. Let's see. If we're running a quad star, I'd run main blade off for fat channel to funnel as much juice as possible. I agree, Meg. Just distribute it evenly, right? Zep says Anthony in 2 years will be like, today we got 1,000 LEDs. Yes, Zeph, I believe that's going to happen, man. He's almost there. I believe he's got it. He'll get there. He will get there, and I know he will. I know he will. I'm telling you, he's really gifted like that, man. And when I first got interested in the hobby, it's because I was seeing like not only Rob but Anthony as well because what really got me was Anthony's I think he called it the gray Jedi saber. That saber right there really got me interested in all of this mess because when I saw that I was just like, holy crap, that's cool shit. And to honor him and to honor Anthony for what he's done, that's why I did this part that lights up, right? TK, what up, my friend? What up, buddy? Glad you stopped by, dude. How you doing, man? You all right? Hanging in there? So we're kind of painting the chassis that Rich sent me, man. And so I'm kind of working on this right now. I'm going for the bronze, scratched up bronze look, dude. And it's getting there. It'll get there. We'll get there. And so I'm gonna be working on this little bit by little bit, man. And you know, I'm not sure how far I'll get like on Mondays because I might get a little impatient and work on it some, in between then. And then I might have to just kind of do some videos and send them out on some of the processes that I'm doing if I feel that I'm gonna do a couple of videos on what I'm working on. But usually I'm so busy, man, that I just kind of forget to throw videos just out like that. Um, and here here I do it live so that people can see, you know, getting there. Like I said, right now that's just the initial coat of stuff and kind of getting in there and making sure that, after it dries and it's going to look almost metal, not quite. Yeah, I mean, I want it to look like the scratched up metal, but no, it is what it is. Excuse me. So right now there's a lot of dust going on in here. My allergies are just going nuts right now in the garage. Jeez, I tell you. And we'll be doing this part back here in a little bit as well. I'll put that down, and I'll be right back. Mundo either getting sick or has allergy. No, yeah, Meg, it's just allergies. There's a lot of dust flying around in here right now. I opened the garage door up earlier, and all the dust that I had swept around here just flew up, and it was like, and I'm highly allergic to dust. So yeah, I'm painting, TK. So like I said, right now I'm doing the uh, let me see, the bronze metal paint, and I went and got these from Walmart, man. I tell you, I'm ghetto like that, dude. I don't need expensive paints. Let's see, negatives from strips to the fence. Uh, dude, yeah, man, yeah, it's getting there. Now I got to get it kind of like in between where it's in the darker parts of it. So that, and like I said, right now this is just the initial base coat right here on the inside now. Um, and I like the little lines here on the inside part of it because it kind of gets into the characteristic of it a little bit. And then on the outside, of course, with the sanding on it. And I didn't want to kind of like do too much sanding, like I said, because I want it to be the abused metal. Zip says, I think Anthony's most LED saber so far he's made was the TriStar. No, dude, the Quad Star is the most. The Quad Star. The TriStar has the 3 strips, and the Quad Star has 4 strips. So yeah, dude. Um, And I'm in awe that Anthony can fit that many in one spot. He's such an amazing dude that he'll make you go blind with those blades, dude. You got to make sure you wear your shades. He's going to make a blade that's brighter than the sun one day. If you notice that, yeah, when he's making some videos, I don't know if he's wearing his glasses or not. I tell you, from making so many blades and making them so bright that now he's gotta wear glasses. Sorry, I'm stupid mode tonight. Nah, dude, you're good, Jim. You're good, dude. Let's see, you can individuals from four strips each fit, and you can come negatives from all four strips to one LED pad, and then coming up the four LED pads. Ooh, see, I'm gonna have to go back and read these later on, man, because that's some good advice right there, dude. Yes, it was Omega One. That's different. No, he made one of the quad stars, Omega, that had more LEDs than a pentastar. Really? Oh, maybe he made the one with the. Oh, that's right, with the very tiny LEDs. I think it was the new strips. I think he was trying the new strips from Adafruit. I'm not sure. I think that's the one you're talking about. Say goodbye to the Mercedes. You're gonna trade your Mercedes in for a Pentastar? That's funny, TK. That is funny. Yeah, that's hilarious, dude. Smaller LEDs. Yeah. And it's amazing the technology that everything is getting smaller and much faster and more power. But I mean, you know, in it's funny because you know, you don't even have like we're doing, our phones, for example. Our phones are already basically damn computer, and you know, it's amazing that that much technology keeps getting smaller and better. And by the time you know it, you have your watch that's a computer, your phone's a computer, and now your vehicles are having computers already built into them. They're basically computers on wheels. Damn. Next thing you know, our sabers are going to be computers, or practically are part of the computer already, right? No, 5 millimeter corn cob pixel strips. Mm. I wonder if actually corn cobbing is actually going to be like a thing in the future or something. I don't know. I mean, I hope not, but you know, some people might like it. I personally wouldn't like it, but still, you know, people are different, and individuality you have to live with, right? You got to respect the differences in people, man. You don't necessarily have to like them. You just have to respect them. And that's what this hobby's about. It doesn't matter, what who likes what, as long as you like what you like, and that's what matters the most, you know. And you don't need to dog anybody for their preferences either. I mean, everybody's different. Everybody's got, different ways of doing things. No one way, if it gets the same result. Not corn cobbing. Do you think they'll ever make a saber longer than 37 inches? I don't think so. Now, if they do, I think it would have to be like a specialty blade for somebody who's like extremely, extremely tall. Because, if you go by blade length is usually like if okay, like for me, the length of blade that I use is a 28-inch blade, right? I can do a 30, but it's a little bit long for me because I'm so short. Excuse me, guys. I'm a short person. I'm 5'5", and the length of blade that I use, it may be a little bit short for a lot of people, but for me, it's perfect size, right? Now, 30 is kind of getting it a little bit longer. Now, I have a 36-inch blade, but that 36-inch blade is like super long, and I really just kind of mess with it here and there. Um, so I really don't like that long of a blade, but at the same time, if I have to take it, I take it, right? I'm not gonna be too picky. And uh but yeah, if you really want the best kind, your height depends on the size of the blade, right? And what's more comfortable for you. So, um a 40 blade but 38 inches and the saber is awesome. Yeah. So, I think the custom saber shop just sends it 40 automatically, right? Just without being cut or anything. Um is their standard blade size or is it 36? I can't remember. I'd have to look back on the website, but yeah, man. 36 or 30 at the most. Okay, yeah. That Jim, that's your preference of your blade? Excuse me, guys. I am so sorry, man. I'm gonna have to get off here in a little bit, man, because my allergies are just really killing me right now. But yeah, dude. So you kind of getting the gist of the process that I'm doing right now in this chassis here, and it's getting there. I mean, not bad. I mean, it still looks like painted, but you know, it'll get there once I get some of that darkness out of there, get it lightened up a little bit more, and then kind of scratch it up a little bit with the sandpaper and see how that comes out. So uh and then go back over it again with another coat and all that good stuff. So um then I'll go back over again with the silver here. So my colors, like I said, this is all silver, and then in between here's the matte black right here. I'll go for another coat on there. But yeah, I'm gonna try to shine up the silver just a tad bit. I don't want to get it too shiny. See how that turns out. Dual saber wielding 34 is better. I agree. I agree, Jim. The short sabers is really good for the dual wieldings. I think any more than that, you're pretty much kind of really roughing it, if you know what I mean. It'll be a little awkward, I would say. A little awkward. Let me see here. I'm gonna switch, kind of get this. Rich, you still with us, or you just stopped by for a second, man? Maybe one day someone will create a light strip with no LEDs, just illuminating strip of material. Yeah, maybe. But I kind of like the LEDs. The light strip might be like really really weak. You might not be able to do much of anything with it. And you might not get the heaviness of it either. It would be very. I think it probably would take away from the weight aspect of the saber itself if your blade is too light. You know what I mean? Um, and too uneven. Who knows? But let's see here. Okay, so had to straighten out my tip a little bit there, getting a little out of hand where I'm not painting it just right. And man, and so see, starting that coat right there. And yeah, dude, it would be cool. It really would be cool. But yeah, It would be very complicated, I think. The weight ratio, I think the weight ratio would be off really big time. The weight ratio, I think that would interfere with anything that you really wanted to do in terms of like spinning or tricks or anything of that nature right there. I don't think you could do hardly any of those with such a light blade. So you would really need something in there for the weight distribution in order to do any of their tricks. The OLED LCD would be kind of cool, but not as bright. Yeah, I could see that, Jim. Do you think it would take away from the LCD and all that? That's funny because it changes in some of the games too. Well, the games are a whole different beast, man. You know, you can do a lot of things in the games that you can't bring into the real world. But then again, they're already happening. I mean, games are coming out into the real world big time. You know, speaking of which, I mean, even movies now are coming out with, from games and stuff. So that in itself is pretty awesome. One of the games, let's see. So we're having, let's see, let's see. A real lightsaber blade would have weight because it's just energy. A TV is only 1,400 nits to 2,000 units. Huh. Hold on, guys. Just Oh, yeah, but I mean, you want that weight distribution in it, Jim. I mean, you can't really do, you really can't do a whole lot. Like, I know people like the spinning part of it, right? If people like the spinning part, the tricks part, and all that stuff, if the weight distribution in the blade is so light and all the heaviness is, in the hilt itself, I don't know. I think that the LEDs in the blade itself kind of play a big integral part of that. So I don't know. I could be wrong. Yeah, I mean, yeah, like I said, the weight in the blade, I think what it really makes it able to do those tricks and stuff, the spins and so forth. But if you don't have that weight, I don't know how they would be able to do those tricks without it. But then again, like I said, people have ways of doing things that you never think of, right? So I could be wrong. I could be wrong. And mm, who knows? I mean, I think the future will make the blades not only bright. I didn't think Anthony can get even brighter with his braids. But in the near future, I think we're going to see some LEDs that are so small and so bright, though, that they're basically may not even be in the strips. I don't know. They may be like already in a small cell in itself. In-hill LED was just the empty polycarbonate tube. Yeah, that's true. That's true. But I think there's going to be a better future of LEDs out there where they may just have like a single LED, that actually fits all the way into the polycarbonate tube, right? Just a solid LED in one shot. Not like a bunch of LEDs, but one big ass LED that goes in there. that actually has the gas where it'll scroll up and down and all of that stuff, right? Kind of like a Xenolite or something like that. I forgot what the term of those lights are, but you know, almost kind of like a crossbreed between an aluminum blade light and a Xenolite, which is like those lights that you see on the tubes. How did I describe it? Jesus, my brain is not working right now. Um, the LEDs or the lights that you get like on these lamps and stuff, and those kind of bulbs, and then like the illuminescent type stuff, something kind of like that in between both of those, right? But just one big tube that actually lights up solid and goes up and down, and you will have no problem getting it into the tube like that. It'd be kind of cool, I think. I don't. It'd be a lot of fun. Oh, an aircraft LEDs are so bright, but 24 volts. That's out loud. Well, that's the thing, Jim. I was thinking, what about those? Yeah, I guess they are 1200 lumens. 3000 lumens, something like that. Those kind of lights, man. Shoot. You have like these LEDs that light up 3000 lumens for each LED, and they're about the size of a dime, maybe even smaller, right? You don't think it'll be strong, TK? That depends, man. I mean, on how much power is put through. I think you're gonna have the real small 112 volt. That's 3 millimeter. Jeez, that's super tiny, dude. I bet you it's bright as hell too, isn't it? No! TK goes, no! Too funny. Too funny. What other sizes of LEDs, Jim, do you have? You have like all a bunch of sizes? You use all like various sizes and everything? Jeez, I can't even see this thing. I get my old man glasses here. I have to look on here. Huh, telling you. And like I said, this is just the first base coat right here, and getting it on this part of it at least anyway. You know. So what do you think, guys? Oops, my bad. Uh, eh, eh, right. Not bad for just to start out. And now see how I have right up here where it's kind of black right up in there. See that right there? Yeah, I have to go back over that because, like I said, this is just the first coat that I have on here. So I'm gonna go through it. Yeah, it's too thin. Oh, your surface mount grid of rice LEDs. That would be interesting, Jim. A grain of rice LEDs, but with the lumens of in the midst of 3,000. Talk about overkill, right? 3 millimeter, 5 millimeter, and bar graphs LEDs. I kind of like the bar graphs, right? The bar graph LEDs are something to be said for, and you don't see too many bar graphs on sabers too much. I mean, you do, but you're not nearly enough as a lot of the videos that I watch. You really don't see too many bar graphs a whole lot, right? Unless you're looking at the power level indicators. But 3,000 lumens with a grain of rice. Yeah, ouch. uh, so many LEDs and switches in my electronics box. Ay, Jimmy, it's time to start utilizing them all, man. Start experimenting with stuff, dude. I mean, I would, right? But then, yeah, I mean, if I could, I'd be experimenting right away if I had all of that stuff. I barely have anything, man. I'm just starting out. I barely have anything, but I'll get there. I'll get there, right? And it'll be fun getting there, though. It'll be really fun getting there. I mean, and in painting this, it's kind of weird because when I see like a lot of these dark spots on here, hey Rudy, what up, my friend, my buddy, my amigo, he's here. I thought you was asleep already, buddy. There you go for. Glad you're here though, man. Much appreciated, brother. Much appreciated. No, I can't thank enough. I can't thank everybody enough for being on here with me, man. Because I mean, I'm really honored that I have people to hang out with me on here like this. Because it really means a lot for people to come and hang out with me here. So yeah, man, it's getting there, and I'm kind of working on this piece back here, and I will get it to the brass looking dirty, scratched part of it. And it's getting there. I think it needs probably about 3 coats might be, the key part of it, right? 3 coats might be the key part to make it look. Now, I can already tell as I'm painting this, and if you look closely, it kind of looks like it's fading out, right? Like the bronze is starting to weather almost. And the lines in here, let me see. The lines in here, I think, are gonna make it pop just a little bit, right? So I think it'll kind of turn out pretty good once I get that second and third coat in there. And then just to see some of those lines like that of it being kind of like scratchy, the metal is scratchy. Yeah, I think it'll be turn out good. So every inch of the blade tube on the inside is covered with LEDs. Imagine that. Yeah, every inch of it would be, phenomenal, right? Super cool, super, super, super cool, man. It would be phenomenal. And Anthony, I think he's just going for like that all around, like, yeah, time to blind people blade. But I mean, it's almost pretty much realistic, right? Well, that would be neat. We get almost that now, just half. Half inch not covered, but space when display chip helps with that. Yeah, it does. It really does, man. Yeah, Anthony's done just an amazing job of that stuff. I don't know how he does it though, man. He is so busy with all kinds of stuff to fit. I mean, he's doing the comic book. I mean, he's doing karate for kids. He's doing, a second comic book. Then he's got his job on top of that. And that is one of the reasons why I continue to do, the Saber Talk and help him out in doing this. And plus, I enjoy it, man. This to me, you guys hanging out with me is a whole lot of fun. Uh, I don't get to talk to hardly anybody here about this stuff, and for y'all to come on here, it just like I'm in heaven, when I get to talk to you guys, my Saber family. Y'all are my Saber family. I wonder how many blades he makes a week. Oh, dude, Zep, man. Well, he's got a couple of other people helping him, I tell you. So I'm sure he's probably making, in a week, he's probably making a good, um, 4 or 5 in a day. So, I mean, it's quite a bit, but, um, he's doing other things too. I mean, with the store stuff and everything else on top of that. So he's got a lot on his plate. And I'm always happy to help do this and keep Harris alive while we're talking and stuff like that. Maybe every once in a while I might do a rant just for Harris' sake. Keep Harris alive like that, right? Yeah, it'd be like really cool, really fun. And maybe some people may not appreciate it that much, but then again, you never know, right? Depends on the orders. I wonder. Yeah, it depends on the orders, right? Yeah, Jim's correct. Jim's right. It depends on the orders because the blades do take a long time sometimes. They're a lot of work. They're a lot of work. I mean, I made one blade myself. I mean, and I plan on making more. And I do plan on making a TriStar. I'm gonna buy a TriStar kit, and I do plan on making a TriStar eventually. So we shall see. All right, what do you think, guys? A little bit better there. Looks a little shiny in the light like that, right? Hmm. And like I said, I don't want it too shiny, but I mean it's gotta look like the aged bronze. So we'll see. We'll see. I think next I'll be working on the silver here, so silver and the black. And this stuff dries really quick too. So again, if you guys go to Walmart and you buy the Folk First, this right here. Oh man, sorry. So you can buy this right here at Walmart if you have a Walmart in your area. It's ready for some copper on the inside now. Copper? I was thinking antique gold. Since I have the bronze, I was thinking antique gold, but I'm not sure. I may just leave it black like that. I don't know. What do you think, DK? I mean, Jim, what do you guys think? You guys. So on here, I've got the silver on the outside, right? Silver and the black. And then I got the silver accents right here. So you think I should leave black here on the inside or go for or color it also here in the black as well? I don't know. I'm kind of torn, man, but because I kind of like the black on the inside of it. It's ready for some copper on the inside. Copper, huh? Okay. So copper. Hmm. A copper color. All right. Copper it is then. I am going to hit you guys up and I will make it copper on the inside. I think you guys are right about that, man. I have to admit, I think I'm going to go with that. I'll go with copper. If I can find good copper, I'll go to Walmart this weekend and see if I can find me some copper. Rust? So like a rusted copper or a patinaed copper? Rust on the inside, huh? I don't know about that. I don't know. Maybe. We'll see. We'll see. It might take a little bit to. Like I said, I was thinking of antique gold, but yeah, I think copper might be the way to go. So, what did it do with the? Okay, here it is. So I need to do. I'm gonna work on the silver right here, like while we're talking too. Still, and let me see here. Okay, let me shake up the silver here a little bit. And, don't, I just need a drop. Man, I tell you, just a drop of this stuff, right? Just a drop of these paints go a really long way. It's crazy, man. How just a small amount can get you like okay guys, I am sorry, but I am going to put these things on. I know I'm gonna look silly, but I can't see for crap on here on this part of it. And so in order for me to really, really get up close and personal, and you know what? Actually, yeah, it's going to be huh, I don't know, we'll see. I really look silly with this thing on, but you know what? It works. It really works, man. You really can get to seeing the grains in there, and I might need to really, man, I'm probably gonna need to really, really do some more sanding on it, maybe. I don't know yet. We'll see. We'll see how that second coat turns out first. Like I said, I don't want the silver to be too shiny silver because that's not the look I'm going for. I want that dull silver. You know what I mean? Right now it's a little too shiny. Titan says, "Are those glasses Imperial issued?" Yes, they are, Captain. They are Imperial. Imperial issued from the Emperor himself. Oh, hail the Emperor. Don't tell him that. Don't tell him I said that. I don't want to be force choked tonight. Even though I think I already am. I'm getting force choked without even knowing it, right? Jesus, I tell you. Meg, I'm right there with you, dude. I got my old man glasses on here. I know Meg's probably asleep already, man. So he'll watch this later and he'll see that I've got the old man glasses on too. Yeah, man. Yeah. I think this is going to require probably three coats right here, and maybe another good sanding, and probably in order for it to kind of, yeah. I think I'm going to wait for it to dry. Z says all through my 20s instead of no read for magnifying up until 35, slightly shaking hands, never magnifying. Now I'm going to be 46. That's about loud. Jim, I got 3 more years on top of you, buddy. I'm 49. TK's all like, he's falling asleep already. Tell you, man. I'm telling you. Killing me. Killing me. Oh my gosh. Hang on, guys. I'm gonna get blow my nose out real quick. Yeah, and there we go. I'm back. Let's see. Darkness in you. Darkness. No, no darkness, man. I don't. Yeah, I'm getting force choked in, like I said already, with all of this dust up in here. No. Mundo looking good for a 49. There's. Oh man, you're too kind, dude. Jim, you are too kind. Nah, I tell you. Try to eat healthy. Don't work. Try to exercise. Don't work. But I walk a shitload at work. So what does that tell you? Doing the job that I have, man, I probably sit down probably a total of 10 minutes in a 14 hours in a 13-hour day. I probably sit down for about 30 minutes to maybe an hour in a 13-hour day if I'm lucky. So, yeah, lots of walking. You have less grade than me, Sappy. I have not colored my grays yet, man. I have not colored my grays, but then again, I'm getting more grays because now I'm fixing to have two kids in college and one almost out of 1 year, one that has 1 year of high school left. I tell you, man, my gray hairs are going to go exponentially after this year. Exponentially. No doubt about it. So, you know, um, aside from painting on that thing, man, I wired my negative already right here for the chassis part, and I kept it long for a reason because that way, once I know I get to the short part of it, the other half I can use for other things, and it's just better to use long lengths and cut it, and then know what I can use with the rest of it later on. TK, you 40? TK's 40. So I got 9 years on you, buddy. Now, actually, I'm going to wire the positive up tonight. After I get off of here, I am gonna do the positive wire tonight and get that set so that. But see, and there goes my dim. Um, so the positive, okay. So the negative is back here, right? And the positive is right here on this side. And that's going to be a really shorter wire, so it ain't going to be that much more. And see, and this stuff is already drying, man. Look at that. I mean, it ain't even been probably 10 minutes since I put this other coat on. I need to do the inside of it, but look at that. Nothing. Nothing, man. It's dry. Like, this stuff dries so fast too, man. Woo! My God, I'm already dropping things. But yeah, dude, it is it is some good paint. You don't have to go to an expensive paint store, buy expensive paints and everything like that. I think these things were probably like $2, man. $2, and this is gonna last for years. Years, because I'm just barely using drops of this stuff, man. So just to kind of get an idea, I mean very small drops, man. Just drops. and drops goes such a long way with this stuff. It's crazy. I mean, you don't have to spend that much, on paints and everything, and to know that you have such a great return on stuff like that, right? I have returned. What did I miss? Oh, Susie, you didn't miss much, man. Like, I was painting while you were where you were out and stuff. So I've got a second coat on here, and it's getting there. It's not bad, man. It's getting there. If you look at it, a little shiny, but not too shiny because I don't want it to be too shiny. So, and then we were talking about LEDs and the blades and everything else, right? So, and I was just explaining to everybody right now that I've got the negative part wired up right here. So, in a little bit after I get off here, Jim, yeah, actually, I think I'm gonna start. You know what? While we're on here right now, I think I'm gonna stop the painting, and I will go ahead and I will wire up the positive terminal. So while we're on here, and let's get into that. So I'm gonna turn on my iron, and I'm gonna let that heat up right now while we're talking. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm gonna clean my tips on the here. I'm just gonna get some wet wipes right here and kind of clean them up a little bit and get those cleaned up. And while I'm waiting for this, see, and the iron is already heating up. I've got it for 634, I guess. Damn, it's already heated up. It's ready to go. So I better put these down. I better put those down. And I need to look for a positive. Let me see. A positive. All the all the positive that I have cut are too short. So let me go in here. Now I'm gonna pull some more wire out and get my cutter. Okay, so cut my wire and I leave it long on purpose, so that I don't cut too short of stuff sometimes. Like I do, sometimes I cut it too short. So I like to leave it long, and I know I'm gonna have to utilize more positive wire for the recharge port because I don't know. Well, I might have to do shorter. I might have to do longer. I'm not sure yet. So I'll find out later on, right? You paint it all with glowing paint. Laugh out loud. Glowing paint. That would be funny, Zip. Turn off the light and it glows. The old man glasses. So, Cincy, you didn't miss the old man glasses. So, guess what? There you go, dude. I got the old man glasses right here because I need to actually have these too whenever I cut my stuff. So you didn't miss anything, dude. You really did not miss anything. So let me see here. I'm gonna cut the tip, and I'm gonna see right here. This is 22 there, and you really don't need much off. My goodness. And sometimes this is just harder to. Oh, I think I need just a little bit more. They're perfect. Perfectly awful, dude. Need just a little bit more cut. All right, that should do for what I want to do. And twist and turn, twist and turn. I'm always constantly changing things. Okay, I'll open my little stuff here. And I like to, you know, one of the things that I utilize, and I really enjoy utilizing though. Let me put these up. Hold on, guys. I'm gonna set that up. I'm gonna have to get me some of those soon. My magnifying lamp isn't quite cutting it anymore. Yeah, you can either get them on Amazon, dude, or Hobby Lobby has some. And I think Hobby Lobby has them. I'm not sure which one is cheaper, if Hobby Lobby or Amazon is cheaper. I'm not sure. But yeah, man, you can get them on there. I like to utilize these little um kind of like cotton swabs like this. I get these from Hobby Lobby, and I use I use these like when I put the what do you call it, flux. When I get the flux, I use these to put on the pads of stuff. And man, they work real good because look at the tip on these things, right? The tip is pretty sharp. So you can use just a very small amount and put them on there. It works great. So um works really good that way. So we're gonna dip in the flux, and then let me get here some soldier. And I like to do it this way. I will Let me get situated here, guys. So forgive me here. So what I do is I put it like this, get this situated like that, and down. Hey, work for them. DK. Funny, dude. Hilarious. And then zip. Make sure you got a good amount of soldier on there. All right. So now I got that on there. Keep this handy dandy stuff. Get my line that way. Get this situated right there. Get that out of the way. The flux out of the way. But the flux is going to be needed soon. So get my, what do you call it here? Let's see. And let me, see what done. Let me see. And I always like to check how I'm going to put the wire in first. A lot of times what I'll do is I'll come in through the side right here and then kind of bend it in to straighten it out, right? So let's see here. And I could just kind of come in straight on it, but I find that if I'm doing that, I mean it kind of adheres to it a little bit, but it kind of interferes with the little few things. So I like to kind of come in through the side, and everybody has their own way of doing things. So, don't knock what everybody else is doing. You know what I mean? So now, okay. So if you see how I got that little curve in there, right? And then I'll come in here. Let me see if I can bring this down just a little bit so y'all can see. And I'm sorry I can't really zoom in too much right here because I'm not on the computer, so I can't really zoom in too much, but give you the general idea of what I'm doing right here. And I've got it set in right there, right? So as you see the little hook is right there, and I set it in from the side, and then I'm gonna bring the wire to straighten it up after I do it, solder it in there like that. So let me go ahead and get a little bit of flux on there so that it'll flow pretty decent in here, and get it on this side and in here, kind of flow in there a little bit, and then get that cleaned. Always clean your tip, man. Always clean your tip. Get a little solder on here, and then I go this way first. Put a little bit there, and then, well, that should be good actually. I think that should be perfect right there. Sometimes it depends on how this comes out, but for me, yeah, that's gonna work perfectly. So let me get right in there, and come on, get in there. I gotta take these off because it's not. Is it catching it? No, it ain't gonna catch it. Oh well. Anyway, it's on there good, and it's soldered pretty good. I've got a good connection right there. So now all I'm gonna do right here is I'm gonna set it straight like this, so it has the hang just like that, and it's straight right on there. And now I should just be able to, and we're gonna check it. We're just gonna check it. I should be able just to slide it on here. Let me put, let me get the end of this. Wrestling with it. And pull, pull. Get in there. Come on. Oh, well, you know what? Let me pull this out, and then I can pull this all the way out. Then I can go back and slide it in. Now that I've got it run, uh, come on, get under. Now I need my old man headlights again. Yeah, I tell you. There we go. Come on. You don't want to pull it too hard. As you pull it too hard, then it's going to mess things up. So come on out of there. Straighten it out. Straighten it out. And put right back. There we go. And voila. We got it. And of course, I'm just making the initial fit, right? I'm just checking to make sure it fits. Oh, and it's going to work good. It's going to come out great. And then, of course, this is going to be, a lot smaller, right? I'm just losing this. Whoop, whoop. Yeah. So if we were to put the negative on there too, so we will come and we'll put a negative on here as well. Let me get it situated here. And there we go. Okay. Let's see here. Oops. That positive actually needs to go the other way. So what I'll do, take the positive out. No, you see, it goes the other way because it has to go down this hole right here. And it's going to run. And I may just put the negative on this side where the speaker goes, just for shits and giggles. I don't know, because I was putting it, the positive on here, right? And I was putting the negative towards the inside, but I may change it up and put the negative towards the speaker part and the positive the other way. What do y'all think? Huh? You think I should put the negative towards the speaker or should I put the positive towards the speaker? I suppose it doesn't even really matter, really, but everybody's got their own personal preferences, right? To me, I guess it just wouldn't matter that much. Just as long as I know I make sure that, I get everything straightened out. And then, let's see here. We're going to put that in there. Come on, Zippy. Let's run the line. Let's run the line. Let's see here. Mm-mm-mm. I know it's kind of boring stuff, guys. I mean, trying to get it. I just gotta make sure. There we go. So now, if you look, I've got both wires out, right? Let me take these off now. It depends on how your battery is sitting, right? Yeah. So if I'm going to be in here and I put the battery this way, if I situate the battery this way, so in I have the positive terminal on where the speaker's at, right? And I have the negative terminal up here going towards the mid part of the chassis. I can switch them around if I choose to, right? But I guess it doesn't either really matter whether the negative or the positive goes either way, long as the battery's going to fit real good, right? And I believe it's a 21700 that I'm going to get for this build right here. And it's going to be epic. It's going to be epic. And I've already got a battery on the way because I've got another build. I ordered a Golden Harvest core from TCSS with a 21700 battery, so I can kind of use that battery back and forth between the two builds, right? In in here though, I think when I mean, and of course, the speaker's going to be phenomenal from Albert, right? And I believe it's the Elite speaker. that I've got from Albert at Smugglers, and that's gonna just sound real epic inside this hilt. And like I said, again, I can't thank Rich enough for doing this for me. And man, I tell you, he his printing skill is just pretty spot on, dude. I can't believe he went and got parts and he built the chassis like that, and it was just like, wow. I'm just enamored that it's such a great chassis build that he built, and in three parts too, because Albert did a phenomenal job with his that fit into the rib section, right? That fit into the rib section, and man, but now that Rich had done this part that fits in to the emitter part, and then the two parts that fit together inside the rest of the hilt. My goodness. So there you go. Like I said, right now I'm not setting these in permanently just yet. I will permanently put them in when I am ready to start wiring this puppy up. But for right now, I'm going to concentrate on continuing to paint this chassis. And I will look for the copper paint at Walmart this weekend when I get a chance. And I'm going to take heart and I will be painting copper inside here. So that's going to be pretty fun to do. And thank you guys for um suggesting that. And that's going to make it all that much better, man. I can picture that copper color in there now, and gee, oh, it's going to be so cool. It's going to be cool, man. And like I said, I'm gonna try to get this to the point where it doesn't look too painty, but I don't want to get it too shiny either. I want it, you know, I want this to look like it is metal that has been bashed, scratched, abused. That's is what I'm going for. So with that, guys, I'm gonna brand out, and I bid you guys a great Mundo Madness Monday night. Mundo out. Love you guys for everybody that's been here. I love you. Thank you. And I am so honored that you guys came and hang out with me tonight. It's always great to see you guys here. Mundo out. Peace. Oh my goodness. What did I do? I did not do that. I just did. You know what I did? I passed up my branding and Mundo
In
out.
here, we pour whiskey.